Can you imagine a timeline where Chandler Bing wasn't portrayed by Matthew Perry? We can't either, but it turns out that this alternate reality almost came to pass. The world was rocked this weekend by the passing of Matthew Perry, only 54 years old and best known for his role as Chandler on Friends.
Anybody know a good tailor?
You need some clothes altered?
No, I'm just looking for a man to draw on me with chalk.
Little did many of us know, Perry could have missed out on the part that made him famous and ended up on the wrong side of a Hollywood what-if story. Let's set the scene. It's 1994 and Perry has a part in a sitcom pilot, not on Friends, but on LAX 2194. You've probably never heard of it because, spoiler alert, it wasn't picked up for a series. It's a workplace comedy about baggage handlers at Los Angeles International Airport, but set in the year 2194. The leads, draped in futuristic costumes right out of Star Wars, would be handling the luggage of alien tourists. In his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, Perry details the premise twice to hammer in for the reader how ridiculous it was. Still, he was booked on the pilot and even had the wardrobe fitted for his needs, so he couldn't take any more parts in the foreseeable future. That's why, when he got the script for a pilot that was then titled Friends Like Us, it was a disaster. He wrote, "When I read the script for Friends Like Us, it was as if someone had followed me around for a year, stealing my jokes, copying my mannerisms, photocopying my world-weary yet witty view of life. One character in particular stood out to me. It wasn't that I thought I could play Chandler. I was Chandler." Perry badgered his agents for an audition to play Chandler every 3 to 4 days, but it was a pointless endeavor since he was already committed to LAX 2194. Rubbing salt in the wound, his friend Craig Bierko soon got offered the part of Chandler and the lead role in a competing pilot, Best Friends. After landing both roles, Bierko called Perry for advice. He also called upon their mutual pal, Hank Azaria, who actually auditioned for the role of Joey in Friends Like Us. Azaria later went on to have a recurring guest role in Friends as a love interest for Phoebe. At the breakfast meeting where the three reviewed both parts, Perry was torn between his longing to play Chandler and wanting to give honest advice to his friend. He wrote in his memoir, "The three of us read those two scripts that morning, though I already knew Friends Like Us off by heart, and it was clear which one he should take. My heart sank because I knew I was Chandler, but I also wasn't an asshole. I was crushed." We both told Craig to do Friends Like Us. Whether it was a karmic reward for doing the right thing or just plain luck, things took a turn. To Perry's surprise and delight, Bierko instead chose to do Best Friends, leaving Chandler open for Perry to audition. There was an upside to Perry's many weeks spent coveting the role of Chandler in Friends Like Us. By the time he actually did get to his audition, he didn't even need the script. According to Perry's memoir, the audition came about when NBC producer Jamie Tarsis asked her then-husband, Fox producer Dan McDermott, if LAX 2194 was ever going to get picked up. To this, he replied, "No, it's awful." Sure enough, LAX 2194 failed to find a distributor, and Perry was free to explore other options. Freshly liberated, he went to his Friends Like Us audition without any pages in hand. He wrote, "I knew the script so well by this point. Of course, I nailed it. Thursday, I read for the production company and nailed it. And Friday, I read for the network. Nailed it again. I read the words in an unexpected fashion, hitting emphasis that no one else had hit."
He spins the lines in a way that they're his, and there's so many comedy skills there.
The Murray-Perry cadence, as Perry describes Chandler's unique manner of speaking, is co-credited to two of his childhood friends, Chris and Brian Murray. Perry wrote, "Since 3rd grade, we developed a way of talking that went, could it be any hotter? Or could the teacher be any meaner? Or could we be more in detention?" According to Marta Kaufman, the Friends writers were so enthralled by it that they would sometimes underline a word that wasn't usually emphasized in the script just to see what Perry would do with it. Chandler Bing was the last main character to be cast in Friends. While Perry's road to landing the role was long and stressful, there's no doubt that he was born to play the part.